Quick commerce companies have lost more than $15 billion in market value. The surprising part? The industry itself is growing faster than ever. Since their peaks, Eternal, the parent of Blinkit, has fallen 28%, while Swiggy, which operates Instamart, is down 47%. Together, they have lost more than $15 billion in market value, according to a Bloomberg report.
10 minutes delivery built an empire. Now that empire is starting to write its own rules, and India's biggest consumer goods companies are quietly paying the price. This isn't a story about convenience anymore. It's a story about who controls the shelf. Hi, this is Indranil and welcome to the Spotlight Media and Technology, where we go past the headline into the governance, the policy, and the power structure shaping global business. Today, how quick commerce platforms in India are converting market share into market power and what that means for competition, consumers, and corporate India. Let's start with scale. Quick commerce, the 10 to 20 minutes delivery model, has become the fastest growing sales channel for groceries, daily essentials, and FMCG products in India. At several leading manufacturers, it now accounts for up to 75% of online sales. That's not a niche channel anymore. That's the channel. Spending by consumer goods companies on quick commerce platforms has risen roughly 20% year on year, and during peak periods like weekends and festivals, that spend surge by as much as 40%. Why are companies paying up? Because quick commerce has become more profitable per transaction. It drives a higher mix of premium products than traditional retail or standard e-commerce. But here's where the story shifts from growth to governance. Mayank Shah, Vice President at Parle Products, put it plainly. Quick commerce is trying to dictate and negotiate terms just as large modern retail chains do. He says the cost of selling through channels has risen up by 40% as platforms move aggressively to monetize their position. And he describes something close to a bidding process emerging for marketing placements. One chief executive at a leading FMCG company who declined to be named said the hikes are becoming, in his words, too steep. Industry executives describe a specific mechanism. Brands now pay not just for premium placement in category listing, but for something called surrogate search, where searching for one brand's product surfaces a competitor's listing instead. What used to be sold at fixed rates is increasingly being auctioned informally. AWL Agribusiness, India's largest packaged edible oil company, confirms the pattern. Executive Deputy Chairman Anshu Malik says platforms that were once focused on burning cash to win market share are now under pressure to turn a profit. They ask how much we are willing to invest, he said, and the ask has gone up with almost open bidding. Rate spikes during Holi, Navratri, Eid, even weekends, and for seasonal categories like besan around Janmashtami. Zyda's Wellness CEO Tarun Arora, whose portfolio includes Complan and Glucon-D, frames it more diplomatically. Discussions on margins with quick commerce platforms are now as routine as they are with organized retail. True partnership, he says, happen when both sides create a win-win situation. And then there's Reliance Retail, bundling its physical grocery stores with its quick commerce arm JioMart to negotiate as a single largest entity. CFO Dinesh Taluja told analysts Reliance is leveraging its scale to extract better terms of trade than its peers, calling it a competitive advantage that lets the company hold margins while still offering attractive pricing to consumers. Now, let's put the governance lens on this. For decades in Indian retail, only a handful of players had genuine negotiating leverage over consumer brands. DMart, Reliance Retail, the erstwhile Future Group. Their scale earned them the ability to set trade terms. Traditional e-commerce never got there. It simply wasn't concentrated or dominant enough. Quick commerce has closed that gap in a fraction of the time, and it's done so with far less regulator scrutiny than modern trade ever faced. That matters for three reasons. First, market structure. When a small number of platforms control the primary discovery layer for how consumers find and buy products, pricing power shifts from brand quality to platform access. That's not inherently wrong. It's how concentrated retail has always worked, but it changes fast and regulation typically moves slowly. Second, transparency. The shift from fixed rate placement to informal auction style bidding is a governance signal in itself. Fixed rates are auditable. Auctions, especially informal ones, are opaque by design. For ESG conscious investors and boards, opacity in vendor relationship is a disclosure and fair practice question, not just a commercial one. Third, the surrogate search issue. A consumer searching for brand A being shown brand B isn't just a competitive dynamic, it ages towards misleading commercial practice and potentially trademark and consumer protection law. This is precisely with the Google Hindware case matters far beyond one legal dispute. The Delhi High Court ruled that Google cannot allow a brand's trademark to be used in keyword advertising in a way that surfaces rival products. Google has appealed. The outcome will likely determine whether auction-style keyword bidding on quick commerce platforms continues unchecked or gets reined in by precedent. Zoom out, and this is a pattern playing out globally, not just in India. From Amazon's marketplace fee structure in the US and EU to delivery app commission battles with restaurants worldwide, platform-mediated commerce keeps producing the same governance tension. Platforms scale by subsidizing growth, then pivot to monetize the access they have built, often faster than regulators can respond. The European Union's Digital Market Act was built explicitly to address this kind of platform leverage. India doesn't yet have an equivalent framework specific to quick commerce. What happens next in India's quick commerce sector? How the Google Hindware appeal resolved? Whether the Competitive Commission of India examines these bidding practices, whether brands push back collectively will be a signal for how emerging markets govern platform power in the AI and platform commerce era. This is a space between innovation and oversight, and right now it's largely unmapped. Quick commerce didn't just change how India shops, it's changing who holds the power in Indian retail and how transparent that power gets used. That's the story behind the story. That's what we do here. If you found this useful, subscribe to the Spotlight Beyond Profession. We will be tracking the Google Hindware appeal and what it means for platform governance across India's digital economy.